Is anybody there? Hmm. Hello?
Finally, holy smokes.
I think it's only you and me. I don't see anybody else on here.
They might be doing the same thing I did. Not doing it correctly.
What did you do?
I went into what she gave us and I couldn't bring it up. So then I went out a few times, came back in, and then finally I went up to, what did I go up to? In the message itself.
Oh, did you
Where-
direct link it?
Yeah.
Huh, I went in with just the number. Huh. It says on that message that it would end on the 21st, but it worked. I don't know.
Oh, you mean the old one?
Yeah. You
Oh,
didn't,
I went into the recent one.
I don't, where's the recent one at?
She texted it to us.
Let me look again. Maybe I didn't go into an old one. Let me reread that message. Let me see here.
Oops.
Uh, oh yeah, this is, wait a minute. Time, May 17, every week on Saturday until June 21st. That's the one I went into.
And then I went into Facebook and pulled her up.
I'm curious if we're on the same number. That's very interesting. Let's see. Whoops.
It was the one she sent 6 days ago. on
Oh,
Facebook
I
from
don't,
June
that's not the one I'm in,
28th,
I don't think. Let's see here.
because that one's from June 28th to August 30th.
Oh,
See
let
it?
me see what the number is. Oh, I'm on a different number. That's interesting, isn't it?
That it is.
I don't know how that's working, but okay.
Hey, it worked. Who cares? We got there.
That
Oh,
is
golly.
very interesting because I didn't realize this new one was here. And I thought, well, if it doesn't work, it won't come up. But it looked like it did.
Yeah.
Very odd. So that goes until August 30th.
I wonder if somehow I got into the
Into
one,
the old one?
yeah, into the old one. I wonder.
Well, if it worked, who cares? I wonder if
There
anybody
you
else
go.
is on a different one,
Yeah,
though.
that's where my concern's coming in. Yeah.
Well, I left a message on the message. Let's see. I just said I used the code from the Delta that is listed on this message.
Right. I saw that.
Yeah, so maybe if anybody else is trying to find us, they'll say something on there. Because they're all linked, aren't they? I know Jean and Carolyn are not coming, and I don't think Charlene would come. So it would be Sunny. Who else are we missing? That
That's
lady
it.
that's in Oklahoma. I don't know what her name is.
I can never get her name right. And it doesn't, when she comes on, it doesn't show
Yeah,
her
her.
name. It says something else.
Nope. Who else are we missing?
That's it.
Okay.
I can delete this message that I was sending you while I was trying to get on.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just Carolyn, Charlene, Jean, you, Sunny, and me.
Huh. Well, we'll just see if we get a message from Sunny. Hmm.
Poor Carolyn. I mean, I I don't want to say it, but can anything else happen to her? My
I know
gracious.
she's got her hands full up there.
Oh,
Is your husband up there this weekend?
oh, I don't think so.
Why not?
He never goes. I don't know.
It's his parents,
Yeah.
right?
And your point being, I don't understand either. I just played the fifth.
Yeah.
How'd you fare up with the storms?
Good. We didn't have any trouble. We lost our power. It wasn't this week though. I think it was last week for about 6 hours. Not bad. It was about 10 o'clock at night or something like that. And through the night and about I think it was maybe 2 or 4 in the morning it came on. So that wasn't too bad because we just didn't open the refrigerator, right?
Well, our refrigerator died.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it wasn't because of the storm, but we were up at camp and Dale went home Saturday after dinner, and then he and Frank went to a train meet on Sunday. So when he got home, he called me and said, the big sigh, and that came home and the refrigerator had died. And
Oh,
Roger was
no.
home, but he didn't call us. And we do have another fridge in the basement, but he didn't transfer anything but the milk from upstairs to downstairs.
Oh,
So
no.
yeah, I think it was
Oh,
actually started the freezer because Dale said he had to throw everything out in the freezer. So I'm waiting for him to call me back and let me know what's going on.
that
Waited till
was
next
yesterday?
morning. Hmm?
That was yesterday that he found out?
No, it was last Saturday.
Oh, last Saturday.
Yeah. And so I texted him Sunday. It was about 7:15 because he said they were going to leave about 8 o'clock. No response to my text. So I waited about an hour and a half and then I called him.
Right.
Oh, kind of expected maybe get a phone call or a text telling me what was going on at home. So long story short, he ordered um a refrigerator from Costco.
Okay.
It is being delivered today between 12:30 and 2:30.
I hope you like it.
Before he ordered, he showed me, what he thought would be the best one, and
Okay.
I was fine. Yeah, he's good when it
Okay.
comes to stuff like that. But Roger got the what's for. Really? You couldn't call us and let us know what's going on?
Yeah.
But he's our Asperger, so he gets get out of jail free card on many things. So what are you working on?
I'm working on a tank top called the twofer tank. Let's see if I can give you a picture. Let's see here. I think there's a picture. So on one side, it's got a V-neck,
That's pretty.
and on the other side, it has a square neck. Let's see if I can show you the square neck. No, I think there's a picture somewhere here. And I'm doing it out of linen.
Ooh.
So we'll see. Here's the square neck picture.
Oh, I like that. So it's
So
very
you can wear it
versatile.
either way, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, so we'll see. This is navy blue linen. Can't really see much of it yet. That's the square neck side.
Okay. And it's top down, better yet.
Yeah, top down. So you start with the V neck side and you do like one strap, then you set that aside, then you do the other strap, then you hook them together. Then you start in the back. Well, what I did, they wanted a provisional cast on, or you can pick up stitches. So I picked up stitches from one of the shoulders and I started the back. And I think I had to leave one side and go and start the other side. So it's a lot of weaving in. And I don't know on this linen how you weave in and it doesn't show, right?
Mm.
Yeah. So I don't know about that, but so I'm like not real far. I got the circle, but I'm not past the arms yet.
Okay.
So, yeah. But you know what? I forgot to give some medicine out. I'll be right back. I got to go do this real quick.
Okay. I'll be here.
Okay. There we go.
Okay, that pattern is a TWOFOUR.
TWOFER.
Oh,
Tank.
FER.
Yep. Heidi Kermeyer.
There we go. Ooh, that is pretty. And you're knitting in the round, right?
Not yet. I
But
will
I mean,
be.
you will be.
Yes. Yeah, not quite yet. I'm still above where the armhole finishes. I'm like in
Okay.
the arm area. Um, one of the things I don't like about it, you want to print it because I was trying to do it offline
Oh,
and it says things like wrong side row as previous wrong side row, and you're flipping pages and it's easy to get in the wrong spot.
ooh, good to know.
So I got smarter and I printed it for myself.
I always have to have a hard copy.
Yeah.
That's
Well, I try sometimes to just not do that and then record things like what I did is I did a wider shoulder band. So I'm making the M2 size, which is about the fifth size, I think. There's a lot of sizes. It goes XXS to 6X.
wow.
So I made about the fifth size, but I wanted a wider shoulder to make sure the my bra straps seem to peek out all the time, and I hate that.
Mine do
So I
too.
did I think it was the 2X cast on. So it was more, I think it was 4 more stitches.
Okay.
Okay. So then when you come to the V and you come to the square neck, you have to do less stitches or you're going to have a gaping neckline, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So
like on some of the pictures.
right. So I was figuring how to do that. So I've got notes and stuff, and I want to keep those notes. And if I do the pattern when I'm not home or something, or didn't see my hard copy, I like to have that in on like a Knit Companion or something.
Right.
So I'm trying to write those things in there too. Because when I did it before, I had written some things. So I did one other one and I did it out of cotton and it's too big.
Oh, you've already
So,
made one.
yes,
Oh, okay.
but it's kind of big and I don't think I blocked it. So, and I might throw it in the washer and see what happens, because it might come back down to the size I would really like. It's just a little bit, it's not ridiculous big, but the cotton is kind of heavy.
Right.
So I thought this linen would be, especially in this weather we've been having.
Ugh.
Yeah, I hate it. Between the cottonwood and the humidity, I can't hardly go outside.
Up at camp, they have dogwood trees all throughout the park. So Dale had put up a screen on our front porch.
Yeah.
We have a big porch. And I'll tell you, it has saved us so much because you can see it on the screen, the outside of the screen.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and it's a DK. All right.
Yep. So I'm using some of the linen I got on sale from Charlene.
But we made out like bandits on that, didn't we? With the
Yeah, some of
Facebook
it,
sale?
yeah. Because I had just almost the right amount for this particular top. And then I have another one that's burgundy color, but there's a lot more of it. So I want to use it wisely, you know.
Yeah.
I want to try to see what makes sense. So, because I'm not sure what you do with leftover linen, right?
Work it into another sweater.
A linen sweater.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I
Yeah.
was just trying to find patterns that will be approximately the amount of yardage that I have in that particular color,
Right.
you know.
For my Komodo, do I have 2 skeins or a skein and a half?
Linen.
No. The mink.
Oh, the mink.
Yeah. Minky cashmere mix.
I can't remember what I bought to do the Komodo. I hope I labeled it. My
I
house
bought
is still,
yarn. I bought
huh?
yarn and I forgot what the pattern, well, I'm going to rephrase that. I bought the yarn on the Facebook sale, but I didn't go in for weeks to pick it up.
Oh, yeah.
And when I saw how much yarn it was, I thought, oh, that'd be perfect for this sweater. This sweater. What is the name of this sweater? I don't
Right.
know. And then I was looking through something in my library and I found it, the sweater. So I'm like, yay, me. Where am I?
Is that the sweater?
Oh no, this is a sweater that I bought the pattern. This is from Charlene's, one of my initial purchases with her. And I bought it. May 1st of 16. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Here's the pattern.
Okay. What's it called? Finding linen?
Fading lines.
Fading
Line.
linen?
No, lines. Fading lines.
Fading blinds. Okay.
No, lines.
Well,
Lines.
okay. I couldn't see that part real well,
Yeah.
obviously.
Well, because they wrote it across the bottom where
Right.
it's black lettering on a black background.
Yes.
It wasn't so
And then
smart.
I'm looking at it on a video.
Yeah, there you go. But I had started the sweater and then I did the body without the sleeves. And then it said I had to pick up 393 stitches.
Oh,
And that froze me for years. And
yes.
I was looking for something and I came across the pattern, went, oh, I mean, with all the yarn, I thought, oh my golly, it was a fluke. And I said, well, I said that I was going to do unfinished projects and now I'm doing it.
Did you
And
pick them all up?
yeah, but it said if you don't get the same amount, make sure you have 20, the cast on 23 plus 2.
Okay.
So I'm
So
going to have yarn left. Pardon me?
it's not particularly exact.
Yeah, which I found
Okay.
to be very rewarding.
Yeah. Well, is it around? It got to be around for the button band.
No button band is open.
So where are you picking up all these stitches?
The body of the sweater.
Okay.
Let's see if I can, I'm in the middle of a row.
It's got to be in fingering then.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's pretty.
thank you. Charlene had it hanging in the big room with the table where everybody sits around for class.
Yeah.
And if you're sitting with your back to the front of the store, it was hanging up to the left. She did hers
Okay.
in black, and I forget what colors.
Kind of close to that fireplace.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's a combination of 5 colors, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm 3.5 in.
Okay.
But it's one of those, it's a pattern every other row.
Yep.
And the pattern is very simple to remember.
Okay.
So it makes me happy.
Yeah. But picking up all those stitches, woo!
I know. I was like, holy smokes.
Sometimes you just got to bite the bullet and pick them up.
Exactly. And 9 years ago, I guess I didn't have the confidence I have in myself now.
Right.
So this would be my first one because Charlene didn't want to sell the one in the shop because she wears it. Go
Yeah.
figure.
Well, I'm planning to do the Astro Pop, which is Marie Green's July knit along.
Oh,
Let me see if I have the paperwork on that. Let's see here. I have to get down here in a spot.
let's see this.
It's down here. You have to laugh at me. I have all these patterns. There it is. We're half into our room that he's been working on. He's still working on the fireplace. And that went backwards. Right now, he's got stones out of it. Okay, the Astro Pop.
Oh, pretty.
So I've done her knit alongs the last few years. And I haven't blocked my sample yet. Let me see. It's down here. Ooh, it's caught in my bag. How funny. Okay. So my plan was to do
That's
light
pretty.
purple in the top.
Mm-hmm.
There's a strip of gray in there and dark purple on the bottom.
Oh, nice. Very pretty.
So it's more mono colored than hers. I'm
Kind of
maybe
like the
not quite
blue
that
one.
flashy.
It's kind
Huh?
of like the blue one. You're dark.
Yes. There's a green one that a gal in California did, one of the shop owners, and I just love it. But I'm not a super big fan of green. But it was basically
This one?
nope.
No.
That's the right pattern.
But
That's the
not the
right
right
pattern.
color.
Not the right color. Let me see if I can find the green one. It's really pretty. Let's see here. Astro Pop. There it is. And then let me see. I'm gonna look for the green one because it's really A lot of the ones in here I don't care for. There's one that's blue. It's white and then on the top and then blue on the bottom and it's then blue and white zigzag. Here it is. I follow this gal in.
Oh, that's pretty.
Isn't that one pretty?
Very pretty.
So yeah, it's dark green, light green, and I think there's a real soft white in there, like on the zigzag part. But she's a shop owner in Eureka, California, and
Ooh.
I follow her.
My next one is going to be, it's called the Crimson Tea.
Crimson tea.
Mhm.
Okay.
And then I don't, can you see on the
There's a
side
lot of
that,
glare. I'll pull it up on my thing here
and
so I
it's
can see it.
better yet, it's a free pattern. And you use
Crimson
stock yarn.
tea. Spell it for me.
Crimson.
Okay. SON and then TEE.
Correct.
I got it. Oh yeah, I see the design down the shoulder
Yeah.
and around
And it
the
goes down the
armband.
back from top to rib to rib.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh,
it's on
that's
both
pretty.
sides. Isn't that pretty?
Yeah, that would work out well. I think the linen's too heavy. Oh, they
It
use
might be.
bamboo pop. Huh. I like that. Now, for
I
me,
think,
I would do something a little different with the neck. The neck's too wide for me.
yeah, I'd pull that in also.
I like that. And the bottom has a little bit of like a feather and fan curve to it. Is it top down? It's bottom up.
I think it's bottom up.
It's bottom up. Yep, I see that. So I would probably do it a little bit longer than what it's showing. I like things longer. I must be long torsoed. I think I am. Yeah, but
I'm
it's
going to use,
bamboo hot sock is what she used. Huh.
it's a
Well, I'm going
light
to add that
fingering.
in. What's that?
It says it's a light fingering,
Yep.
but looking at it somewhere else, it was a sock yarn.
Yes, bamboo pop sock. That's what it is, a sock yarn. I want to make the Cumulus blouse by Petite Knit. And if I understand it correctly, she uses 2 strands of mohair together. But that doesn't make sense. It says you're Aaron.
No, we used, what did we use?
Did you guys make it?
I think we did.
They have listed here Sandus Garn, Tin Silk Mohair.
We carried 2 yarns,
Yeah, yeah.
but
I'm
not
just a
both
little
mohair.
confused about which 2 to carry, right?
Spell it
Because
for me.
I think it says Aaron on that. Let me see here.
Spell it for me.
Oh, it's Cumulus blouse. It says lace plus lace equals Aaron. That doesn't make sense. It's maybe it's yeah, 2 mohairs. I wonder if they wouldn't equal an Aaron.
I thought we,
And they have it 4 to 6 inches of positive ease. I probably wouldn't make it that big.
no.
I found I don't like things quite so big as a lot of people. The dark blue is knitted in tin silk mohair by Sandus Garn in the color. So they must have used it twice, two of those. Yeah.
I thought it was the Cumulus that used.
There's different cumuluses though, I think.
Oh,
Let's see. She has a lot of the same names. Let me see here. Wow, 10,000 people have made it. I was looking for her projects more by her. Let's
it's
see here.
Cumulus, right?
Yeah, every other letter is a U.
Hmm.
But she might have a cumulus sweater and a cumulus tee and a cumulus blouse because she does that kind of thing.
Ah, okay.
So I just finished the Anchor's tee, I think is the one I did
Mm-hmm. I did
by
that one.
her. Yeah.
There, okay. Now we're missing.
I like that one too. I like the Sunday sweater too that she does. I've seen that one. I've been eyeing that one for a bit. And I did the terrazzo, which is also hers. What fun, huh?
So many pretty things to knit in so little time.
Yeah. Yep. I follow this gal in San Francisco. She is a curator at an art museum. Her name is Lily Purcell. And she's written a couple patterns now, one called the Curator Sweater. And I'd like to make that sometime too. A lot of times when I'm sitting here knitting, I'm watching somebody from somewhere. It's fun. Oh, have you seen the one Riptide Tea? It's fairly new.
Oh,
Riptide Tea. It's shown in pink.
Riptide Tea. Oh, I like that.
Isn't that cute?
Yeah, very cute. She slips mohair in that one too.
Does she?
Mm-hmm. It looks like, I'm just looking at the pictures.
Let me see here what I had down. Yarn, Pascali Soul. I don't know what that is.
That was mohair.
It's
Looking at the pictures.
cotton and cashmere.
Ah,
The cashmere might make it look a little mohairy,
okay.
maybe.
That is pretty.
Yeah, I've got that on my list.
Oops, one more. Come on.
The list just keeps growing, right?
Isn't that the way?
Uh-huh. I have some kind of yarn for the green tea. I got to figure out which yarn it was.
I
Oh,
like the
goodness.
green tea.
Yeah,
I have yarn with the pattern to make another one.
I'm hoping I labeled my yarn.
Well, sure.
Things have gotten moved around so much here, it's hard for me to keep track of stuff.
Isn't that the way? Thought I had it right there, but I don't.
So tomorrow we're gonna go to Jackson, and our sons are playing in a musical. One's playing piano, and the other one's playing a bunch of woodwind instruments, flute and I think English horn. I'm not sure what else. And it's the Hunchback, but it's the original one. And that's in Jackson. It's their last performance. They had it over the last weekend and this weekend. And then we'll stay overnight in Ann Arbor because then the next day he has to get a treatment in Brighton. So
Well, that works out perfect for you.
yeah, because Megan's house is in Ann Arbor. Well, kind of Ypsilanti, right there. So yeah, so that should be fun because the daughter's going with us, daughter and husband, and so it should be fun. I hope it's not 900 degrees.
You and me both.
Yeah. It's not even fun to be outside when it's this hot.
No,
It just-
truly isn't.
I like to sit on the porch and knit, but it's too hot.
Do you have a covered porch?
We have actually two different porches. The one is covered and the other one is not covered.
Ah.
The covered one does have some fans on it, even some ceiling fans,
Oh,
but it's
it's still too
too
hot.
hot. It's just too hot. My girlfriend is up in I don't know if they're in St. Ignace or Mackinac City, but she's freezing. They're in a yurt. They're staying in a yurt. There's a car show up there.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly where it is, but somewhere around the bridge. And she said the warmest thing she took, she had a woolen dress and some leggings. She's worn it all weekend because she's freezing.
Oh my gosh. We'll send
We're
her
not
some of
freezing
our heat.
down here. What?
We'll send her some of our heat.
Right? They'll probably be back either today or tomorrow, or no, Sunday or Monday. As I imagine, well, she would have to work Tuesday. I don't know when her husband's got to work, but they retired and took jobs.
Sounds right.
Yep. She was a teacher and she now working at the arts museum, which is interesting. But she's working like 4.5 days a week.
Ooh,
So that's a lot.
4 full days?
Yes. Four
Ugh.
full days and let's see. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. 3 full days and a half day. Yes, 3 full days and a half day. But she also works weekends once in a while when they have events. She's working more in the administrative kind of, like entering data kind of stuff. She was a greeter and doing like um guiding people through, that kind of thing, but she's now more on entering data. So she's sitting in an office. Oh shoot, I double stitched here. Well, I'm just going to stitch that right together. I think that'll hide it. I think it will. Yeah, okay. You know how that happened. It's a mystery. So we were working on our living room and we got the floor I haven't done anything to it. He's the one that's doing it. So he got the floor down. It's beautiful. It's tile. And now he's replacing the fireplace doors. So he took the old doors out, and the stones were so uneven that the person that did it, they kind of like hodgepodged it to make it fit. So
Ooh,
the doors were actually further away from the stones than they should have been. So he took stones out and he's been cutting them, trying to get, there's one particular stone that's really heavy, and he's been trying to get it, smoothed down so that the fireplace doors can go right up against the where they should.
ah,
So that's been a real hassle because it's too heavy for him now. And yeah, I'm not too happy that he's having to do this, but what are you going to do?
say
So
okay, honey.
yeah. Well, today I don't know that he's going to do anything because he had that big stone in and out and in and out last night trying to get it just right. And now he might do a little cement on it because I don't think he would have to lift it today, but he's hurting from lifting it.
Yeah, that's not good.
No, it's not. It's not great.
No,
Supposed
but
to
they
do
have
this,
to prove it to themselves.
right? Well, and the doors, I've been wanting those doors fixed for probably 10 years or more. They didn't work anymore. They didn't slide, and the screen
Oh,
was broken. And I mean, the house is built in the 50s, I think. And so, I mean, it's time. So the biggest problem is that you couldn't just go to like Home Depot or somewhere and buy a size that would fit. It's a bigger size.
oh,
And I don't know if at that time, if they had it built or what, you know, whoever built the house, I don't know how they got the doors. I don't know if that was a standard size at that time or what. So I finally found a place because some of the places that I was looking at that would build you one, the cost was ridiculous. You can buy one for, I don't know, $500 or something like that. And they were talking about a couple $1,000s to do this. Well, that's a lot of money.
yeah.
So I finally found a place that made it for us for about 800, and they made it the exact size. Because I said, let's spend a little extra and get it the size so you don't have to like rebuild the whole thing. Well, so here he is rebuilding part of it because of the way that it's set. But it'll be so nice when he gets it done.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
In a tile floor, we probably shouldn't have to do too much to that the rest of our lives. And he installed heat underneath it.
Mm.
So yeah, because the tile floor is cold.
Mm-hmm.
But anything pops out as far as fire on a tile floor, it's not going to hurt it. Because we had carpet, and even though we had slate pieces in front and we had a fire retardant throw carpet that we put there, we still
Mm-hmm.
had pieces pop out. I think there were 2 holes in our carpet that's been here for like 30 years or so. So yeah, it was kind of time to do something a little different. Because if you put down a floor and put tile by the fireplace, how far out do you go, right?
Yeah.
I kind of just wanted the whole floor to be the same. Now, you're not at the tiny house, are you?
No, I'm home because of the refrigerator.
Okay.
And Dale had brought his laptop up last weekend. And I said to him, "Are you leaving your laptop?" And he said, "Yeah." Well, guess what? He needs his laptop. So I had to come home for that.
So he's up there and you're here?
No, no, he's home too.
Oh, okay.
He probably won't come up until next weekend. I go back Monday. I'm
Because you're
working.
working there, right?
Yeah, I work Monday, Tuesday, Friday.
Okay.
But I couldn't see any sense in staying up there with all that heat. I could be home. You know, we have air up there too, but it's just the idea that, you know, I can be home and do what I want to do.
Yeah. It's not as enjoyable when it's so hot.
Right. So I might as well be home and do whatever. Not confined, I guess is the best
Yeah,
word.
yeah, yeah.
Because up there, I like sitting on the porch.
Right,
And with the heat, not so much.
right.
This weekend, well, today, they're having, it's going to be cowboy country, something like that. And they're going to have somebody up there teaching square dancing, a caller.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. And then they have some kind of a food truck come in with a grill
Oh,
and
yeah.
lots and lots of things going on with for the kids. And I thought, right, a great weekend like this, and I got to be home.
But if it's hot, it wouldn't be fun, like you said.
Mm. They had fireworks last night.
They did have fireworks, you said?
Yeah, they did.
That would be fun. It's on the water, right?
Yeah, there's 5 lakes
Okay.
in
Are
our.
you right on the water?
We we're not right on the water. We're across the street from the water.
Okay. Can you
But
see the water from your place?
oh yeah,
Okay.
providing the house that's directly across from us, they have their house and their shed, and there's a great amount of space in between the two. So we see
Okay.
the lake, and but the neighbor on the other side likes to park their vehicle in that space, and
Oh,
it just happens to be a truck.
of course.
I'm like, really? Park in your own spot.
Right.
Well, it's 11:15 already. Jeez.
Yeah, I guess so.
Of course, it took me a while to get on. So
Yeah, me too.
the when I was trying to get on, it gave me the message that the host is attending another meeting. So I'm just thinking about what you said, that we could be on 2 different Zooms,
Yeah.
and
Huh.
maybe because I went back in, I probably hit the one that you're on. And the new one had said that the other the host was on another meeting, because whoever signs on becomes the host, the first person.
Oh,
So I think that's what happened. Sitting here
maybe.
trying to figure out what
Maybe.
did I do. But some friends were getting together last night for dinner, and it was supposed to be at Big Bear Lodge, which is like 45 minutes from my house. So it'd be even further from camp. And then one of the gals wasn't going to make it, that lives down in Monroe. So they switched it back up to Dearborn. So I said, "Ooh, if you're in Dearborn, I can come," because I was
Right.
coming home anyway. So
How far is your tiny house from where you live?
about 40 minutes.
Okay, it's not horrible.
No,
Oh,
somebody's,
goodness, there we go. I had an alarm set for 11:15. I don't know why.
I think we're getting a text though. I have to, where did I put my phone? Oh, I
The
have it.
text I got
Never
wasn't
mind.
from our.
No, it's not a
No.
text.
No, I was trying to watch a webinar yesterday from one of the cancer doctors that I follow,
Mm-hmm.
and I could not get on it. So I did find their booklet, but I couldn't seem to get on the webinar. They are going to, so he's in Denver and he's a specialist in the particular cancer that my husband has. And his practice is overwhelmed with patients. And so what they're going to do is go to a concierge type practice. So your
Mm-hmm.
insurance will cover things like the surgery and the office visit, but then there's things on top of that. You have to like pay a yearly fee, and there's different levels.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, the lowest level is 1,500 a year, and the highest level I think was like maybe 5,600 a year. And some of the things that they would provide, they wanted to have a dietitian that was helping you with to eat better, and they wanted to have a nurse navigator to help you set up appointments. And the highest level, they arrange all your hotel stays and that kind of thing if you fly in. And I thought,
Okay.
I do a lot of those things. I can't do all of them, but I do a lot of those things. Like the lowest level, you would be followed by the nurse practitioner, and then if anything looked suspicious, you would get referred to the main doctor. And I thought, how many people are going to go to this sort of setup?
You know, one of my friends, her doctor was, her primary care went to
Yeah.
the concierge, and she looked into it, and like you, it was like, wow, that's a lot of money. Hers was starting out at 2,000. And so she ended up finding a new doctor.
Yep. Yep. But I'm just concerned about how many people are going to do this. How many doctors are going to switch to this type of thing? And those people that can't afford, I can't really afford that extra money, plus the doctors in Denver.
Right.
It's enough expense just to get out there. The first time we met with him, we did an online because it was during COVID.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't, we didn't have any travel expenses. And his opinion was lining up with what, because we go to Iowa too, and the opinions were lining up. So I thought, okay, we won't go out there unless there's some changes.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess we probably won't ever go out there now. I mean, I have learned of other doctors that are quite good. So the one in Iowa is really quite good too, but they lost one of their oncologists recently.
Mm.
And they've got someone hired from Canada, but they're having trouble with the paperwork to get them here.
Mm.
So I tell
That
you,
darn paperwork.
yeah. Well, and things aren't real friendly right now with other countries, so that's not great.
Nope.
So I'm just hoping we don't lose our doctors. We have an excellent doctor that helps with vitamins and minerals and diabetes at U of M. And we see his nurse practitioner off and on, but he has us getting blood work every other month, and he's following those vitamins and things.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been really helpful. But it took me 2 years to find him. We ended up going. It's the It's called the MEND Clinic, Metabolic Endocrinology in diabetes, I think is what it stands for. And it's the particular area that we're in is designed for people that have had bariatric surgery,
Mhm.
because that's kind of like what Ron has had, because they've taken so many parts out in the digestive area. And so people that have had massive bariatric type surgeries have similar types of problems with vitamins and minerals. They don't absorb.
Oh,
So it took me such a time to find him though, because it seems like people that do these surgeries for cancer, I don't know if the patients just don't live that long or what. There's nobody to help you. You know, like I say to my general doctor, can you, because I knew like the fat soluble vitamins, I knew some of that from studying that you have trouble retaining those vitamins. Like it's E A, E, K, and D, I think, the fat solubles. And I know
mhm.
those four are bad. And then B, I think it's B12. One of the B's is a problem. But if you take anything over the counter that's a combination, what happened to Ron is he was taking Preservision and he was so low in A, our regular doctor kept stacking up more and more Preservision. Well, that also has zinc and copper, and zinc and copper were causing problems with each other because he was getting too much of
Mhm.
that. So, I mean, you could end up in a real mess. Let's just put it that way. And our regular doctor didn't know enough about that to check, to check those.
Mhm. Yeah.
So we needed somebody that really knew more about the vitamins and the minerals and how to balance them out and how much you could take. Because if you take too much A, it can cause problems with your heart, I think. I'm trying to remember. It's so detailed. Right now, he's taken 8 times the normal vitamin A that you would take, and it's barely bumping him up. He's still low. And we've been working on it for probably, let me think now, 4 years, I think we've been working on this. He's finally, his protein level, I mean, that's an easy thing to look for, your protein level. The protein level will be the last test, I think it borderlines right on the edge of being in line and out of line. And there's just so many things to look at, right? And how they balance each other out. And as much as I studied, I still can't know all of that, right?
Well, yeah, you can retain just so much, and it's like going to overload.
Right. And I mean, I haven't studied it like I just studied it from places I could find it, right?
Mhm.
People that have gone through some of this and, what they're doing. So, yeah, I was so glad to finally find this doctor in Ann Arbor. But we tried some other doctors at U of M and we just were not getting what we needed. So, yeah, I
I
just
have a
hope that,
doctor. I have a
but
doctor in Ann Arbor, and I swear by him. He is fabulous.
this one is fabulous too.
Yeah,
But we
once
went,
you find the one, and then
yeah,
you're home free. But
until they
until then,
retire or something. We tried to find a pancreatic specialist in Ann Arbor and it didn't work out.
yeah.
It's really important that when he gets in the hospital, which he gets in the hospital, some, that we can manage his blood sugar. Because the standard protocol to manage a type 1 diabetic in the hospital, they take their blood sugar every 6 hours and they deal with the high. And what you need to do is you need to give insulin according to the food that you're eating.
Mhm.
And you need to check more than every 6 hours. I'm sorry, but you need to check before the meal so that you know where you're starting, and you need to know how many carbs you eat, which we can figure that out. But then they would, Ann Arbor wasn't going to let us manage it. Well, I know how that goes. You end up high all the time. Or
Oh,
you're crashing and they say, well, there's no reason for us to take your blood sugar. We took it a half an hour ago. Well, that's too long. He's very brittle because with the no pancreas situation. So when we go to Trinity in Ann Arbor, We did have an endocrinologist there, but he's moved on since. So we have it set up so they allow us to deal with the pump. And I stay right with him. So the deal is I will watch that round the clock. If he's too sick to watch it, I will be watching it. And they can test him anytime because they'll say, well, we want to know where he is. But, they can test him anytime, but we run off the sensor in the pump, and I know how to do it. I can run that pump, and I can run it better than they can keep track of that blood sugar. But, there's always criticism if you don't have it just right, and you can't have it just right 100% of the time because
No,
it's
that's
very
not
hard.
no.
But it's a hassle. Every time he's in the hospital, we have to go through this with the sugar. My daughter does too, 'cause she's type 1.
Mm.
I can remember taking her to the doctor when she was younger, and she'd have something going on, and her blood sugar would be high because what happens when you get sick is your blood sugar is usually elevated from the sickness. And they'd say, well, she's sick because her blood sugar is high, and we're like, no, her blood sugar is high because she's sick. Oh my goodness.
A friend of mine passed away earlier this year. And I went back over the notes that I had from her sister. And I couldn't remember what kind of cancer she had. She had
Okay.
bile cancer.
Okay.
You heard of that?
It has to do with the liver and the gallbladder.
Right,
It was probably in the bile duct.
right. That's what I thought.
Yeah. So one of Ron's bile ducts is gone, and
How many do
sometimes
you have?
two.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
And
I'm sorry.
sometimes the other one gets clogged up from surgery. Um, what do you call it? Scarring, adhesions from surgery. So
Mhm.
then he'll turn jaundice, and then we have to get an external drain put in.
Ooh,
And he doesn't have one now, and he hasn't had one since a year ago, May,
knock on wood.
right? Because he
Yeah.
had it off and on since he's had the surgery in 2018. And he had a tube in there like 9 months or a really long time.
Ooh,
And what they did was very uncomfortable. They would go in and do like an angioplasty kind of thing.
yeah.
Yeah, it hurts. They have to put you out for it, but it hurts when you come awake. They angioplasty and they put in a bigger tube.
Yeah.
So they did this 3 times in a row, about a month apart, and it was misery. But what that did then, because they were blasting it so much, is it ended up staying open so they could pull the tube. So now he doesn't have the tube anymore.
Good.
Yes, and so that's another thing we watch every month is his what do you call it? The jaundice. Oh, I can't think of the name for it. But yeah, it would have been in the bile duct. How long did she live with that?
Couple of years.
She must have had some surgery or chemo.
That I don't know.
I'm wondering what they could do there. They could put a stint in if she was jaundiced. They can put an internal or an external stint. He can only have external because of his situation. They could do radiation.
I know she was going in for different treatments.
Radiation is probably one of them
Yeah.
because they would try to zap that and try to keep it from growing. I don't know if they could take it out or not. Depends on where it was, probably.
I remember when I had my gallbladder taken out that they drained the bile duct.
External drain?
Well, no, they went into well, no, because they went in, it was what do you call it? Laparoscopic.
Okay, yep.
So they went in and they pulled out, they drained the bile first so that they could just pull out the gallbladder.
Yeah.
So I knew that was there. So I was, trying to figure out based on my little bit of knowledge, because I was nosy, because I never heard of it before.
Well, was it an aggressive type? Did they say? Must have been a little bit aggressive.
Yeah, it was aggressive. Let's see if I can pull up what she said.
Because what my husband has is very slow growing. It can change. Did she go to U of M?
She didn't say.
Okay.
This was back October of 23 that she was diagnosed with bile duct cancer. She's expected to get chemo beginning Thursday. But that's pretty much all she sent me.
Huh. Where did she live?
Farmington.
So that's Beaumont's down that area. I
Mhm.
think they have some decent hospitals there. This cancer, it's everywhere.
Got that right.
Both of my parents died 7 months apart with different types of cancer.
Oh,
Isn't that crazy?
yeah.
And it was while my husband was pretty sick.
Oh, great.
I know, right? There was one point where this would have been in 2019, the uh, Labor Day weekend. My husband was fairly critical. He was in Ann Arbor. My dad went into Henry Ford. He had pancreatic cancer and they were putting a stent in
Ooh,
because he was jaundice. And our son was going to go visit grandpa. And I wasn't, I was trying to stay with my husband. My sister was with my parents and they were in Detroit and I was in Ann Arbor. And I felt like I needed my son with me that day. And I feel kind of bad now because my dad didn't, he died in see, that would have been in like September of 2018. And he died at the end of March of 2019.
Oof.
I know it was a whirlwind of craziness. So he ended up at my sister's home, um, because they lived right around the corner from my sister,
Oh,
and they had an upstairs bedroom. And one day he had trouble getting down the stairs. So my sister and her son went and helped him get down the stairs, and then they moved him over to her house because she had a one floor. She had bedrooms on the first floor.
mhm.
So her and her husband came here, and this is all while my husband's sick. They came here. We had I think we had a double sized bed, mattress just setting, no one was using. And I said, well, come and get that mattress. So they came and they got the mattress and they moved it into their home and moved my mom and dad over. I mean, it was a mile and a half away, so it wasn't a far move, and they could go get stuff anytime they wanted, right?
Mhm.
So they took care of my dad until he passed. And then my mom was still at their house. She started having problems. I mean, she was having problems actually while my dad was sick, but they just thought she had bad arthritis and she was having trouble walking and stuff. So they had her in physical therapy, the doctor did, and she just wasn't doing well. And one day, I don't think she had trouble getting out of bed or something, and my brother-in-law was kind of pushing on her a little bit because he thought she was being depressed because she just lost her husband of, I think they were married 57 years, forever. And so he was kind of pushing on her, and not physically, but mentally he was pushing on her to try to get her moving because she needed to move. And come to find out, her hip was broken.
Oh my God.
They couldn't see it in x-rays apparently. So she ended up with a hip replacement, and they checked for cancer and they didn't see any. Now, that hip replacement, get this one, the hip replacement happened. My husband had just gotten out of the hospital. My husband was back in after my dad's funeral. Shortly after that, because it was the beginning of April, was my dad's funeral. I don't remember when Easter was, but like we were going to have Easter here, and I went and bought all the food on Saturday. And Saturday night, I took my husband in, sent my sister to get the food because I'm like, you guys might as well eat that food. And we were in another month. Meanwhile, my mom is having all this trouble. And we finally get back home and we're on 5 IVs a day. I'm hanging IVs with my husband at home. And my mom is having surgery, so we drive about a half an hour, and I'm hanging an IV in the car. Not
Ooh.
kidding. Hanging an IV in the car, giving him his IV therapy, then running in to the hospital. We're in the parking lot, running into the hospital and seeing my mom before she goes in for surgery. Is that not crazy?
That is crazy. Wow.
And so then she got back, and my sister's trying to take care of her, and they're still struggling. And she ends up breaking a leg. She didn't fall or anything. So
Your
they go back
sister or
in.
your mom?
My mom.
Oh, okay.
So she's got all these break. Okay, so they look again for cancer. They don't see it. Okay. So they fix her leg. We got all the therapies and all that. My sister's running her around trying to help her. And then the next one is the other hip. Well, this time they find cancer.
And
So
what
that's
kind,
why she
what
had,
was,
well, there was never a for sure definitive answer. It was either multiple myeloma or non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. They
mm,
were telling us one of those two. And they kept telling us, well, has she had breast cancer? And we're like, no, she hasn't. And she had had some skin cancer, but never breast cancer. And she was really good about getting her all of her mammogram stuff. And they did more mammograms. And we ended up doing a PET scan on my dad's birthday in August. She didn't want to do it, but we're like, well, Mom, even though it's Dad's birthday, so my sister and I both went with her and we had lunch together and all that kind of thing. And they did a PET scan, and they didn't really tell us everything in that PET scan. She ended up, the third hip, she just was not coming around very well. I mean, the third surgery. And so she ended up in a facility to help her get stronger for a while. I think about 5 weeks. And she started to get stronger, and then she was going the other way. So our choices were to move her to a more skilled facility where they should get more help, or to bring her home and have in-home therapy. Well, she was having some problems with dementia, and she was telling us how the nurses were being mean to her and different things like that. And we were quite sure that was not what was happening. So we decided to bring her home. Well, my husband and I really wanted her to come here. My sister's like, "You're nuts, Mary. You already got him." And he was feeling pretty good at the time, and he wanted to fuss over my mom. And they had had some nice time together when I was in college. He would go over and help her wallpaper and different things like that. And he felt kind of close to her, so he wanted her to come here. So him and his brother built, because we had to have a ramp to get her in.
Oh,
And so they built this ramp out the back of our house, and they worked so hard on it. And we got the ramp done, and we got her here. And I'm trying to think, she was here, let me think here, 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks. That's all.
oh,
And we took her to Ann Arbor. They just gave us a runaround, didn't help us at all. We took her to the oncologist she was working with in Saginaw, who we didn't like. And they were going to start 8-hour chemo. Now, she's wheelchair ridden. She can't get up and go to the bathroom or anything. And we're trying to figure out how we can do this, my sister and I. Because I figure I can't be gone that long from my husband.
right.
And it's not where it's going to be, it's not like around the corner or anything. And we really didn't feel like we could leave her. We felt like, because they won't tend her, like if she needs a bathroom change, like if she needs to be cared for that way. And so my sister's trying to figure out how she can do it. And oh my goodness, we're trying to figure this all out. And it's just, she's not well enough to do it, right? But she wants to do it. Her reasoning was she didn't think she should not fight cancer, especially when us girls just lost our dad. That she needed to fight it. Well, so in the meantime, we brought her here, and she wasn't doing very well, and it was all we could do to get her from the bed to the wheelchair. And the last time we transferred her, one of us got hurt, and yeah, not bad, but I mean it was hurting us, because she was like dead weight, and
Mm-hmm.
she, we couldn't manage it. So we were just trying to figure out what to do. And so I said, let's call. There was a nurse we could call. One of the nurses that had been helping us with Ron, a home nurse, suggested this particular palliative home hospice type nurse. So we had her come in, and she was looking at the reports, and she says, "Your mother has holes in all her bones. Why would anybody treat someone in this condition? That's foolish. It's going to make her life less quality, the amount of life she has left." So she told us this, but my mom was in a different room, so she didn't hear it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, we're telling her, well, mom thinks she should fight it. So she went in and talked to our mom, and we could hear what she was saying. And she said, "We're going to fight it with prayer." And my mom accepted that. We didn't tell her we put her in hospice, because she didn't want my dad in hospice. But really, that was the play in our hearts. We really felt like that was the best thing for her. And you know what? By the time the day came up, she was supposed to start the chemo, she was totally in a coma.
Oh,
So, I mean, That would have been stupid to take a comatose patient in for chemo, an
Yeah.
8-hour chemo treatment. That's very harsh. Yeah, no. And she
Mm-mm.
died just a few days later after that. So, I mean, it was the craziest thing, you know. She was only in hospice for, let's see, we put her in on October 31st, and I think she died on the 5th of November. Because we put her in on Halloween Day. I remember this distinctly because I had to take my husband for an office visit to get his pain meds, and we got in a car accident. It's like,
Oh,
are
jeez.
you kidding? It's
What
kind of like
else?
Carolyn's life right now. And we were rear-ended at a stoplight.
Oh, golly.
Yeah, and pretty hard. He had a drain in at that time, and it made his drain bleed, and he was bleeding from the nose and stuff. We took him in.
Oh,
We took him in to be checked. Um, and I should have been checked. It hurt my back, but I didn't. You know, I was too busy taking care of everybody else. And my kids had come out that day to see their grandma, and my sister was here with my mother, and she was signing all the hospice papers, which she didn't really want to do, but that's the way it went, you know?
didn't have a choice.
Yeah, right. I wasn't here to do it because I was taking care of him. So my son ended up coming and picking us up from the hospital, you know, because our car was not drivable. It's like, oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. What a time. But that's how my parents passed, just real quick like that.
Oh,
My husband really wanted to spend time with her. He had built this ramp out the back, and he had set it up so he could have her sit in the wheelchair on the ramp and he could plant flowers because she loved flowers. And he wanted to plant, like, you know, this would have been late fall, right?
mhm.
That we were dealing with all this, and he was thinking ahead to,
The
April.
spring.
Yeah, when you could plant flowers, and he could just imagine himself out there planting flowers, which he likes to do. And she liked to do it too, but she was just she couldn't have done it anymore. She might have been able to do it had he brought a table up or something where she could do it from the chair. But he was imagining, spending time fussing with her,
Mhm.
doing things like that with her. And I think it would have worked for a while for us to do all that. But, I told my sister, she's like, "You're nuts, Mary." And I said, "Well, I'm expecting you to help me." And I also um, I hired some help, like a couple times a week. We'd have somebody come in and they would just help with her. They could
Mhm.
stay with her if I had to run and get groceries or something, which I started having my groceries delivered, and I love that. But, just to give us a little time. So, and they would read to her and stuff like that too, which we had them reading some stuff out of a prayer book I had, which was really she enjoyed that book because I had gotten it for her earlier. So I had them reading stuff out of that. And sometimes they'd sweep the floor or do the dishes or something, little things like that that just helped out, right? So, but it didn't go on very long, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I guess that was the way it was supposed to be. I guess
We're going to give her all this bad stuff at once so she doesn't have to linger through it.
right. And she never had to deal with COVID, which would have broke her heart because there was a time when my sister and I weren't seeing each other. So she would have had to choose between her girls where she was going to,
And that would
because,
have been for the duration.
well, yeah.
You
Yep.
could only see the one, not the other.
Right. And so that would have been really hard because I think, at the point my sister they were just starting to get on each other's nerves a little bit. And my brother-in-law is not real patient with, like, he likes to put a lot of spice in food, and my mom had trouble with that.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was a little bit of a clash. And I mean, I just think they needed a break, right?
Right.
And we didn't mind giving them that break, but it wasn't a very long time. But what do you do? It is what it is. She designed the headstone, and when it got delivered, she was already in a situation. Well, she was in the hospital actually. So my sister went and took pictures and stuff so she could see it on the grave. And there was 2 times I offered to take her there, and she just didn't feel well enough to go. I was going to try to drive her right up as close as I could get to because I could get pretty close to the headstone because it's right near a drive.
Mm-hmm.
But she never saw it in person. Crazy, just crazy stuff. It just seems weird, we just lost so much it quick. When it was time to plan her funeral, I said, well, let's just use a lot of the same things we did with the dad because it was not that long ago. We
Right.
did different music, but we did, like the same casket and the same cement vault and the same sort of setup that we did, same funeral home, same, because if she chose that for my dad, should be happy with it for herself. So funny. She made the comment she didn't want to bury my dad in the bad weather. Well, and he died, and we were burying him in early April. And my mom died in early November. So um, my dad's funeral the weather was fine. But my mom's day, she was buried on Veterans Day. And it was a horrible snowstorm. Wouldn't you know it? A horrible, just horrible. I think when Megan was driving back home that night, she got like 9 or 11 inches of snow in Ann Arbor.
Yowzer.
Yeah, horrible snowstorm. Oh, you'll enjoy this. Decided I wanted to try socks. I did 2 at a time from the cuff down, but I thought I want to do it from the toe up. So I did it. So here they are. And I divided the
Oh,
balls, but look how different they are. It's the same whole
oh,
thing. They're really different.
yeah. They're
I
the
thought,
same but different because
yes,
like the one on your left it's it has a gray stripe and then
yeah,
on your right it doesn't.
right.
But
And they
then
both the toes both kind of start the same.
yeah, that's
Isn't that
odd.
weird?
Yes.
But yeah, these are, I'm trying to think what the yarn is. It's got a lot of cotton in it.
Mm.
So I thought those would be fun for some summer type socks. So anyway, I work on those a little bit here and there.
Well, while I'm doing the camp store, I'm just making Christmas washcloths.
Are you?
Yeah. So it's one of those that it takes, no brain power. So if
Right.
someone walks in, I just drop it and help them. So it worked really
Yep.
good.
Yeah. Is it like a star washcloth or something?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
But I was thinking I'd like to take a pair of socks in there because that would be even easier. You know,
Especially if you get past the hard parts.
yeah.
That's what I was.
Do the toes and then
Yep.
the increases and then go for it.
Right. That's what I was trying to do with that pair. Get them to the place where it's just round and round.
Mhm. I have about 4 or 5 rows on my sleeves, and then I'm binding off.
Oh, wow, you're close.
So I'm almost to the end.
Yeah.
But I saw a mistake, so I had to take out 10 rows, 8 or 10 rows, I can't remember.
Oh, man.
But I couldn't leave the mistake there because it was a hole.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
wanted to see what it was, what I did.
Could you figure it
And I
out?
can't even tell you what I did because
Oh.
it was so bizarre. It was like I wrapped my yarn around the front, and then did I knit in the front and the back? No, I couldn't have done that.
No, because that would make a hole.
No,
Well, what if you did a wrap first?
but you weren't supposed to do a wrap.
Yeah.
It wasn't a wrap and turn. It was just stockinette.
Oh, yeah. Well,
So I'm getting to the point where the hole is, and I thought, what in the world? Because I had to get out my light and my magnifying glass to figure out how to get it out of that problem. And I did, but I even told Charlene, I said, I can't even tell you what I did. That's how bad it was.
and it wasn't something you could have sewed up from the underside?
Nope, because
Okay.
you could see the yarn in the front of the stitch.
Oh, boy.
It was in the back. Maybe I could have fudged it, and fixed it, but I couldn't do it in the front. It was like a neon sign.
Yeah. Well, I decided to use the shoe goo set for this linen because it's splitty.
Oh, the chow goo?
Yeah, the chow goo. Because this needle is sharper, and I think that's better. I think.
For me, it would be.
Although it's a little slippery on this. I use wooden a lot.
Wood's not one of my favorites.
You don't like wood? I think it might depend on the material. Well, it says it's 70 here, but I think the humidity is ridiculous. I was going to see if I could look.
When I looked earlier, it was, I think, 79 and the humidity was 84.
Well, let's see here. How can I see this? Details. Humidity is 70. Temperature was 70. That sounds pretty miserable, doesn't it?
Yeah, sounds weird too.
Yeah, it
70 and
does.
70. When I was working on Tuesday, it was about 2 o'clock, I think, between 2 and 3. I heard on the radio that they were taking down the bouncy pad
Okay.
because the clouds were so dark. And
Oh,
I looked out one way where I could actually, see out the doors because it had big garage doors. And I saw sun. What the world? So I came out of the store and I looked the other way and went, holy smoke, it was so dark. And one of the rangers came in and a family came in, a mom with 5 kids. And they were going to have a picnic. They were just setting up for a picnic when the dark clouds came in. And the wind, oh my golly, the wind could have picked you up and took you away. So we're trying to close the garage doors with the wind. And it got so dark, so windy. I even had her pull the golf cart inside. I said, don't let it be out there. And the sirens went off
Uh-oh.
and people were going into the bathrooms
Oh,
because that's where
no.
our shelter is. And I thought, oh my gosh, this is unbelievable. So we just stood there and kept watching it. And it lasted for at least a half hour. But
That was
luckily,
yesterday?
I'm sorry?
Was that yesterday?
No, Tuesday. That's
Tuesday,
Tuesday.
okay. So it never got worse,
No, we lucked out.
right?
And then Wednesday I was coming home and I looked up and I'm seeing the sun and I'm seeing the lightning through the clouds. Like, how in
What
the
the
world
heck,
did that
right?
happen?
I don't know.
I'm like, oh my golly, just get me home.
Weird weather.
Yeah.
Very weird weather. I
And
don't
then like,
remember having all this kind of weather problems when I was younger.
no, I don't either.
Okay, so it's not just me. I
Nope.
thought maybe I just didn't pay attention.
No, I don't remember all this happening. They're going to
I
blame it on
mean,
global warming.
I think so too. I remember an occasional bad summer storm, but not like all the time. Like it seems like it's all the time now.
Yeah, the last few weeks, it's been horrible.
Yeah.
And then I left work at 4 o'clock yesterday. Sun was shining. I went out to dinner with friends. I came home. I look at a posting on Facebook for the campsite, and they had a horrible storm up there.
Oh boy.
So when I get to the end of this row, which is like 10 stitches, I'm going to pack it in.
All
But I will
righty.
show you how far I got
Okay.
because I'm really pleased with this. Very happy.
After you picked up that 300 and what odd stitches it was.
But I was lucky enough that I had read that you just have to have multiples of 23 plus 2.
Okay. Yeah. Because there's
Oh,
almost no way you'd have exactly the amount they wanted.
no. Okay. You have to find the armholes. Here we go. Here we go. There we go.
Oh, look at that.
So
What's
I'm
the
a
back
happy
color?
camper. I'm
What's
sorry?
the back color? What's the back
Brown.
color? Is it like it's brown?
Brown. Hmm.
Okay.
And then the blue is what I'm doing now. And
Right.
then the last
Green and
color,
yellow?
the yellow is right against the brown.
Yes. I can see those colors pretty good. I just couldn't tell if that was brown or like burgundy.
Yeah, no, it's brown.
Okay.
And the last
Nice.
color is going to be a light purple, like maybe a lilac.
Okay.
So I am so
Nice.
because I love the sweater. And I looked at Charlene's and it's like, I really like that. But she wouldn't sell it. So I had to do my own.
I'm surprised at what she does sell.
I know. I know. She's been very good about it. Somebody came in and wanted this one sweater and she said, no, I can't sell it to you. I wear it. And it was a pullover. So, but okay, I am going to say goodbye and I will see you next
Okay.
week.
I think so. I think so.
Okay. The week after the 12th, I'm going to be working, so I won't be on the Zoom. But next week I will definitely be here.
Okay.
Okay, see you later.
All right, bye.
Bye.